M-1 Global presents.
Уважаемые поклонники смешанных боевых единоборств, соглавное событие сегодняшнего большого грандиозного праздника спорта в столице смешанных боевых единоборств России, городе Санкт-Петербург, стартует прямо сейчас. Интереснейшее противостояние двух титулованных спортсменов мы представляем вам прямо сейчас.
После того, как я выиграл Гран-при и травмировал ногу, я не смог защищать свой пояс, поэтому появился у нас временный чемпион. Но я считаю, что чемпион должен быть только один, поэтому настоящий пояс принадлежит мне, и я покажу на деле в бою с Арманом, что настоящим чемпионом, неоспоримым, являюсь я.
Қазіргі таңда менде уақытша белбеу менде абсолюттық чемпион Александр Доскальчук. Қазіргі таңда осы 24 мамыр кімнің нақты чемпион болатынын белгілейміз. Қазіргі таңда Санкт-Петербург қаласына келдік. Кімнің абсолюттық чемпион болатынына белгілеуге. Енді Александр жайлы айта кететін болсақ, ол өте азулы қарсылас. Партерде де 50%-мен істесе, 50%-мен істесе, стойкада да 50%-мен істейді. Өте мықты қарсылас, өте тәжірибелі қарсылас. Бірақ қазіргі таңда біз өзіміздің Александрға дайындалмай, өзіміздің жаттығуымызды істедік. Өйткені біз әрқашанда осы жекпе-жектерге шығатын кезде біз бір қарсыласқа нақты етіп беріліп айтады ғой, контратака дейді ғой, сондай ешқандай болмады. Біз өзіміздің басында күресімізді, стойкамызды істеп, сөйтіп жаттықтық.
По сопернику могу сказать, что у него хороший удар, да, мы все видим его самые сильные стороны, он хорошо двигается и прицельно бьет. Мы к этому готовы, я прошел хорошую подготовку, я готов ко всему, и самое главное, я готов выиграть и доказать свое чемпионство.
Енді қазіргі таңда қазақ елінің барлығы деп айтсам болады, менің жеңісімді күтіп отыр. Ол жеңіс қазақ еліне керек деп ойлаймын. Бізде ағаларымыз, бауырларымыз, бүткіл қазақ халқы осы Инстаграм, ВКонтакте деген сайттерде маған жазып жатыр. Бізге жеңіс керек деп. Сол жеңіске жетуге тырысамыз. Александр Доскальчук, мен саған сәттілік тілеймін.
Арман, ты хороший боец. Я выиграл Гран-при. Ты выиграл пояс временного чемпиона. Сейчас пришло время показать тебе, кто здесь настоящий чемпион.
Дамы и господа, представляем вашему вниманию пятираундовое противостояние за титул чемпиона мира в наилегчайшем весе по версии M-1 Challenge. В синем углу рейджа спортсмен представляет Республику Казахстан по прозвищу Мустафа Астюрк. Приветствуйте, Арман Ашимов! весе! В красном углу ринга спортсмен представляет Украину. Приветствуйте, действующий чемпион M-1 Challenge в наилегчайшем весе, Александр Доскальчук!
From Ukraine, Alexander Doskальчук became the inaugural M-1 flyweight champion September of last year when he defeated Vadim Maligan by way of second round technical submission to claim the title. Of his 8 pro MMA victories, 7 for Doskальчук coming by way of finish, 5 of those 7 finishes coming in round number 1. Again, Doskальчуk, after defeating Maligan to become the inaugural M-1 flyweight champion, then out through injury, opening up that interim title bout, won of course by Ashimov. Now champion versus champion to unify this title. Doskальчуk prides himself on a very aggressive grappling style. He's been past the second round just once in his pro MMA career. He told me I'm a volume puncher over a power puncher. I use my strikes to hit takedowns and then my takedowns to hit a submission finish. Doskальчуk told me also in our fighter meeting, my key to victory is to gauge Ashimov's timing in the stand-up. This has all of the ingredients to be an outstanding title fight. Let's go back to the machine.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is for the M-1 Challenge flyweight title. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 25 years old. He weighed in at 56.6 kilograms. He stands 171 centimeters tall and has a record of 11 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw. He is 2-time national K1 champion, Eurasian K1 champion, European K1 champion, and he is your interim M1 Challenge flyweight champion. From Kazakhstan, Arman Mustafa Ozturk Ashimov. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 28 years old. He weighed in at 56.7 kilograms. He stands 175 centimeters tall and has a record of 8 wins and only 1 loss. He is European Pancration champion, silver medalist of the world in Pancration Championship, national MMA champion, and he is your reigning, defending M1 Challenge flyweight champion from the Ukraine, Alexander Doskальчук. And your referee for this bout, Victor Korniev.
Бойся на центр. Парни, титульный бой. Работаем 5 раундов по 5 минут. Вы правила знаете, не нарушаем правила. Покажите чистый бой. Вы чемпионы, докажите, что вы мастера. Пожали руки, разошлись по углам.
Our co-main event of the evening, scheduled for 5 rounds to unify the M1 flyweight title. Armon Ashimov versus Alexander Doskальчук.
Готов, боец? Первый раунд, бой!
Round number 1. White trunks for the interim champion Ashimov. Camouflage trunks for the full champion Doskальчуk.
Ashimov is an unbelievable striker. If he can keep this fight standing, he has a good chance of winning the full title, as we can call it. He is the interim champion. But Doskalchuk, he's not the champion for nothing. He's going to feel him out on his feet. He's going to make him think he can strike, and then he's going to go for the takedown, I believe, because that is where he can finish his opponent.
Snap jab from Ashimov, just off mark. As you well know, Machine, Ashimov, not a fighter to waste energy with big strikes that miss. He's a very accurate puncher.
Just like that, Sean.
Nearly knocked out the mouthpiece of Doskalchuk.
Yeah, but it's true what you're saying. He doesn't waste energy. He's a very clever fighter. He'll not swing his punches. He'll not throw big right hands. That takes a lot of power. He's nice and loose, nice and relaxed. He throws the punches with speed, which creates the power.
Patient forward pressure from Ashimov. Double jab from Doskalchuk. Seconds gone, round number one.
Well, Doskalchuk is given just as good as he's getting standing up. But like I said in our pre-fight analysis, Ashimov has 75% knockouts on his win record. I mean, that's amazing. There's the single. Great
and the takedown.
And now this is what the champion wants. He wants it on the ground. He knows how dangerous Ashimov is on his feet.
To the open half guard of Ashimov. Knee from Doskalchuk, now into side control.
Not very often we see Ashimov on his back. And as you can see, the clinch around the head. No underhooks to escape, just holding on. That tells you it's kind of, I'm not used to being down here. Trying to regard now.
Ashimov trying to find half butterfly guard. Those heel strikes are legal as long as they're off the spine, and they were.
Yeah, Ashimov, oh, nice. Nearly went for the sweep. I was going to say, when he was doing those heel kicks, he looked up at the referees and say, are these all right? Referee acknowledged, yes, they are. Again, holding on to the body.
Viktor Korneyev calling for action. But this is exactly where Alexander Doskalchuk wants to be, make no mistake. See the wide base.
And you gotta understand that when you're holding on like this, you are keeping your opponent close to you so that he can't strike, and hopefully the referee stand it up, but it does pump out your arms. It's the same as when you go for a guillotine or a rear naked choke. If it doesn't work, your arms are full of blood. Not the wisest thing I would do. Nice up kick though.
Doskalchuk trying to time this perfectly.
Ashimov needs to be up on his elbow. He doesn't need to be flat on his back. He's got a better chance of getting back to his feet. Come up to the elbow, under the hand, and then straight up on your feet.
Ashimov still looking for the up kick.
Referee needs to separate them now. He's been on his back too long.
Doskalchuk back to the inside, back to top position. To your point, Machine, Viktor Korneyev, a Russian referee, extremely patient in that last sequence.
Well, nobody shouts action every 2 seconds, but there you go. And there's his mounted. Oh, wow. Not a good position for Ashimov. We know he's a striker.
Big right hand. Ashimov trying to strip out of mount.
What he's trying to do is avoid the punches. He was trying to move from one side to the other. He's got 5 seconds to survive.
Big shots from Doskalchuk. Final seconds, round number one. There is the gong.
Wow. I knew if it went to the ground, Ashimov would be in a lot of trouble. The champion, Doskalchuk, is really good on the ground. He's actually good standing up as well, but I don't think he has the ability on his feet as what Ashimov has.
Be sure and download the M1 Global app, and you can find us online, m1global.tv. Ashimov feels that he can win this fight standing. Doskalchuk feels he can win this fight on the ground. Doskalchuk exploding in with that single leg takedown and then going to work with his top game. Wide base, full mount, conservative ground and pound. Not trying to be too wild, trying to be very accurate with those strikes. There is Sergey Kharitonov. You will see him next. It's our main event as he faces Anton Viazigin in the heavyweight division. Round number 2 of our co-main event for the M1 flyweight title.
Well, Ashimov now is going to have on the back of his mind a takedown against him. So he is going to be very, very cautious with his striking. And that's how MMA works. If somebody's so confident on the feet, take them down. The next time they get back to the feet, they're going to be more worried about a takedown than they are the punches. But let's see if this bothers our interim champion.
Ashimov keeping that right hand loaded.
And that's how he creates the power. Look at the speed of that jab.
Активнее, бойцы, работаем.
Both fighters being extremely patient.
Well, like I said, I wonder if Ashimov is now worried about the takedown. So he's frightened to commit on those punches.
Активнее, бойцы, активнее.
Kordayev calling for action. 1-2 from Ashimov, nothing there. Ashimov machine, waiting for his opening to land a big strike. Doskalchuk waiting for his opening to do just that. Come inside and hit a takedown.
Beautiful work. Beautiful work.
Gorgeously timed, as we saw from the Doskalchuk takedown in round 1. Closed half guard now for Ashimov.
Again, he's hanging on. It's not a wise decision. I mean, obviously it stops you being punched, but his arms are going to be on fire. They're going to be pumped up. And when he gets back to his feet, the punches may not be as crisp. They still look fast. Oh, no.
Step over in the mount.
No.
Ashimov now gives his back, one hook in.
3 minutes left to go as well in this round.
One-way traffic at the moment in favor of Alexander Doskalchuk. Just no answers on the bottom thus far for Ashimov.
I will be very surprised if he survives this. He needs to cross face. There we go. Push the head down. Only because looking at what I see with Ashimov, the defense is kind of terrible. I can't put it any other way. You grab a hold of someone like that for a few seconds. As soon as your opponent lifts up away from you, you hip out, you move, you escape. But he is holding on forever to hope that he doesn't get punched.
Thudding shots. See Ashimov just trying to explode. Trying to hook through his legs to no avail.
And what they do is turn the back so they don't get punched, but Doskalchuk wouldn't allow it.
You see the outstanding base of Doskalchuk parked on the chest in the high full mount.
Oh, that was bad. Ashimov tried to punch him back from being mounted, sorry. That is the sign of a very inexperienced grappler. The punch from your back will do nothing, zero, zilch. What he should be doing is trying to escape, hipping out. There's no hips whatsoever there, nothing. Even if he turns his back, tries to come out the back door, even if he turns his back, allows Doskalchuk to take his back, it stops him being punched like this.
This is what a 10-8 round looks like.
This could be a 10-7. I know 10-7s are very hard to score, but there's his back taken now.
Ashimov trying to go through the back door. You see Doskalchuk, how slick. Slick again, clearing the legs. Just no answers for Armon Ashimov, flat on his back, and I mean flat, as you see there.
Oh, he's going for the armbar.
Setting it
There's
up.
the armbar.
Spinning armbar to finish.
Oh, that looks tight. Yeah, he does have an arm in, but it still looks straight. Oh, that is very tight
Extremely
indeed.
tight.
He has an arm underneath, which is stopping the full extension. Tries to adjust. Oh, wow. Well, you can't blame Doskalchuk for that. He had 1 minute left to go. He wasn't really damaging him on the mount position.
Barring a huge onslaught from Ashimov from top position, this is still Doskalchuk's round.
Well, I was wrong. I thought it was the beginning of the end from the mount position, but we are going to see a third.
Diving right hand from Armon Ashimov. Another right hand. Final seconds, round number 2. Here comes round 3.
Wow. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. How can someone be mounted for 4 minutes of a round and not be finished? Especially when his mount escape was 0. Absolute 0.
Beautifully timed on the single leg takedown, round number 2. Running the pipe, Doskalchuk hitting the takedown. The machine, as you just mentioned, full mount.
Ashimov has broken his hand, I believe. They're calling the medic, they're taking off the glove.
The glove is coming off, the fight is over.
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean the fight is over, but if he looks at it and the knuckle is disfigured or whatever it may be, then the fight will be over. But he does have time to put it back on. He has 1 minute to sort himself out.
There was the armbar attempt. Doskalchuk looking for the finish.
It's a big punch right at the end, I think, what damaged it. If the glove goes back on, we're happy.
See Anton Vyazegin, he'll face Sergey Haritonov in our main event that is coming up next, set for the heavyweight division.
I think it's over. I haven't seen them call it off yet, but there's a big, big swelling on the hand. No, it's off. It's off. Oh my word, what a way to go out. He broke his knuckle, I think.
That is it. Alexander Doskalchuk claims the victory, and he has unified the titles. He is now truly the full and undisputed M-1 flyweight champion. For all intents and purposes, once the glove came off, that's game, set, match. There's really no going back from taking your glove off during an active fight. Ashimov's corner electing to pull off his right glove. And that is the victory to Alexander Doskalchuk. A solid round 1 and absolutely dominant round 2. And the
Для
victory.
награждения спортсменов в рейдж приглашается президент лиги M-1 Global Вадим Финкельштейн, а также вице-президент Всемирной ассоциации смешанных боевых единоборств, президент региональной общественной организации «Новый поток» Юрий Наврашный.
Dangerous in his striking, but just no answers on the ground with his bottom game for Alexander Doskalchuk. Pain mixed with disappointment on the face of Arman Ashimov.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 rounds of action, the referee calls a stop to this contest due to a hand injury. And your winner and your M1 Challenge flyweight true champion, Alexander Doskalchuk.
Officially goes down as a TKO, 5 minutes, round number 2, the victory for Doskalchuk. Confirmation of the victory around Alexander Doskalchuk's waist. The M1 flyweight title.
Okay, I'm here with your winner, Alexander Doskalchuk. Alexander, I'm here with your champion. Obviously, you are the true champion. You were winning those 2 rounds, but you obviously must feel that is not a way you want to win the championship.
Александр, ты теперь настоящий победитель, ни у кого нет никаких вопросов, и ты точно выиграл оба этих раунда. Но это явно не тот способ, как ты хотел выиграть. Что ты чувствуешь?
Я чувствую, что я не зря тренируюсь, не зря отдаю свои силы на тренировке. Это самое главное, что я перед собой мне не стыдно, что я выкладываюсь, стараюсь на все 100% работать. Бой, конечно, я хотел, чтобы у нас закончился. Да, к сожалению, бывает в спорте травмы, это не без этого. Я думаю, что мы еще встретимся с Арманом. Как бы бой интересный между нами, в принципе, всем. Я показал, что я могу с ним работать, что мы как бы достойны друг друга. Да, я видел, читал много комментариев. Мне там в Инстаграм уже 1 000 000 людей написали, что у меня 0 шансов, что я ничего не смогу Арману противопоставить. Как вы видите, можно работать, надо просто выкладываться, делать все для этого.
I just demonstrated that the hard work pays off. I did my best, and Arman is a great fighter. But I was better this night, and I won the fight, and I won the title. I had millions of comments that I have no chances in this fight, but I showed that I had these chances, and I won.
Well, you dominated 2 rounds. You dominated the groundwork. But obviously, Ashimov is going to say he's broke his hand. Maybe he's going to call for a rematch. Is that something you would give him? Would you give him that rematch?
Александр, ты, конечно, доминировал оба раунда, но соперник твой получил травму, и наверняка он попросит реванш, потому что бой закончился не так, как бы он хотел. Дашь ли ты ему этот матч?
Легко. Я сразу после боя подошел и сказал его тренеру и ему. Как мне скажут, с кем драться, я с теми буду. Я сказал, что Арману сразу после боя, что не вопрос, мы встретимся еще раз. Проблем нет.
No problem. Right after the fight, I came to Arman and said that I will give him this rematch. So this is no problem. If we have this fight, I'll fight him.
Okay, like we always do with our champions, would you like to say a few thank yous to your fans, your friends, your training partners?
Теперь можешь поблагодарить всех, кого ты хочешь.
Большое спасибо всем, кто помогал мне. Спасибо всем моим родным. Алене, моей жене, недавно я женился. Она у меня занимается моей диетой. Спасибо ей за мою легкую весогонку. Это первое. Второе, конечно же, родителям, моей команде. Я готовился полностью сейчас на базе своего клуба «Централ». Прошел очень тяжелую подготовку. Спасибо ребятам, которые помогали в этом. И всем, кто меня поддерживает, всем фанатам, кто следит за моей карьерой, кому интересно смотреть мои бои.
I want to thank everybody for the support, especially my wife Alona. I married recently, and she takes care of my diet and of my weight cut. So thank her very much, and thanks to the team and everybody. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, your defending, reigning, undefeated champion, Alexander Doskalchuk.
Champion versus champion in our co-main event. The fight to unify the M-1 flyweight title. The interim champion, Arman Ashimov of Kazakhstan, versus the full champion, Alexander Doskalchuk of Ukraine. Ashimov wanted to keep this fight standing. Doskalchuk wanted to take this fight to the ground. Hitting an effective takedown in round number 1. Then going to work from full mount, full on ground and pound. Round number 2, running the pipe on the single leg. And then again, full mount achieved by Doskalchuk. Closing stages of round number 2, Doskalchuk looking for the submission finish, snatching the armbar. Just no answers, as you see, for Ashimov with his bottom game jiu-jitsu and grappling. Thunderous shots from high full mount by Doskalchuk. Between rounds 2 and 3, the right glove coming off. Ashimov unable to continue due to a broken hand. The winner, and now full M1 flyweight champion, victorious. TKO due to injury, 5 minutes of round number 2. Alexander Doskalchuk defeats Armon Ashimov.